Today on Glow's Eatery, I want to do something that has to do with keeping yourself warm because it's in the low 20s outside. So I thought a chicken and dumpling meal would be delicious. Now I just want to show you how this little portable can opener works because it's so simple to open your cans. Now look at that. This is so easy. Instead of walking across the kitchen and you might accidentally spill a little, this is the best way to do it. So look for that online. It's an easy thing to use. I'm going to start off with a 4-quart pot and just spray some oil spray around and turn it on very low and simmer. We're going to add some celery and carrots. Just make small pieces, and you're using 3 celery ribs, that's all. Okay, now we'll just add it all to the pot and begin with the carrots. You notice that I'm making nice thin slices. Just take and add them to the measuring cup and continue until you get a cup of carrots. Okay, you add the carrots and put the timer on for 5 minutes. And remember, leave it on simmer. The next step is to take chicken breast and cut them into small pieces, and you'll have about 3 cups of chicken breasts when you're done. Sometimes what I do is I slightly freeze the chicken and it's a little bit easier to cut, but this isn't too bad. The chunks are good. The next step will be to put the 3 cans of chicken broth into the pot, and then we'll add the chicken. Okay, now that the 5 minutes are up, I'm adding the 3 cans of chicken broth and letting this come to a boil. So I have it on medium, and once it comes to a boil, we will then add the chicken. And I add a little bit of salt. If you prefer some pepper, you can do that too. And we'll just wait right now. It just came to a boil, and I'm going to lower it now to simmer. Add the 3 cups to the pot. now I'm going to start to make the dumplings. Take the flour, add the water, mix it well, and then you'll put the dumpling mix by tablespoons into the pot, and you'll cover it for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then you're going to take a toothpick and check to make sure that nothing comes off the toothpick and the dumpling is ready. This looks good. And just make sure you use a baking mix, and I'll have it all detailed on the recipe. And while this is being simmered, I'm going to prepare a nice cornbread to go with the meal. So just take 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, but I prefer 15. And that's all there is to it. The chicken dumpling mix is ready, but as I had told you early on, it's important that you take one out and check it, put a toothpick in the middle, comes out clean. So the chicken dumpling mix is ready to be eaten, and now I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful cornbread to go with it. So that I'll just set aside, and that's an 8-inch square pan. The next thing I'm going to do, and of course the oven is at 375 degree temperature right now, and that's all set. I'm going to take cornmeal in a relatively large bowl and 1 1/3 cups of milk, and just stir it, and you're going to let it sit for 10 minutes. So I'll just stir the cornmeal in and set it aside. Okay, now I'm going to mix the dry ingredients to add to the meal. So the first thing is flour, and then sugar. Now you want to make sure you have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And what you do is take and mix them all together. Now the cornmeal mix has thickened, and I'm going to add the dry mix to it. And the last 2 items that go into this mix are the melted butter and the 2 eggs. Now you want to make sure that you mix everything in thoroughly. And now just make sure that the pan has been greased and everything is thoroughly mixed in. and I prefer using a spatula. It's a good texture. Again, bake it in a 375-degree oven for about 25-30 minutes and let it cool a bit before you consume it. Just smooth it around. And now be patient. Here it is. I left it in for 25 minutes. Let's see if it's done. So we do the toothpick test. And it's done. There's a few little flakes, but it really, it didn't come out with any wet batter. Now, let's see what it's like. I'll take a little chunk right here. So soft. And it's a little hot, but it's coming out. Look at that. That is wonderful. And it's the perfect side for chicken and dumpling, as you'll see shortly. Okay, the chief videographer is being the first test taster, and he's trying the chicken dumplings. And then he has the wonderful cornbread. So you have a little bit here and a little bit there. And he is going to let us know what he thinks after having taken the first bite.
Cornbread.
He tries the cornbread first.
Delicious.
Delicious? Okay. And
The dumpling.
the dumpling should be cooked well.
Beautiful.
Really?
Terrific.
What a great meal.
Absolutely delicious.
Oh, thanks.
You are a great chef.
Thank you. Well, now that you heard from the videographer, my husband, and he gave his taste of approval, I just wanted to say a few last words while you see a close-up of the chicken and dumplings and the cornbread. It is an easy meal to make. It's a great meal to have on a cold night like we have tonight. And it will be posted online for you to see. So I am looking forward to hearing how you like it. And it is an easy dinner to prepare. Enjoy.